Hi Samsters, welcome to my home, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Samantha, but you can call me the Savvy Samster. So today I decided that we will go local with a classic Trini coconut bake. And listen, you see this coconut bake recipe, it is soft, it is fluffy, it is moist, it is full of coconut flavor. I'm going to be blending my coconut and I am going to be showing you how I make my delicious classic Trini coconut bake. So come into my kitchen, let's get started. Okay, so we are going to start off with our flour. I'm using 8 cups of flour, but you all already know I don't give you all the recipe. Sit back, enjoy the video, have some fun, chill. When you are finished watching the video, click the link below and the recipe will be on the website waiting for you to download for free. So let's get started. So here I have my flour, and what I'm going to do is mix all my dry ingredients together. Mix all my other ingredients together, because butter is not a dry ingredient, at least I don't consider it to be so. So we're gonna mix all the other ingredients first, set it aside, and then we will deal with our coconut. So to my flour, I'm adding half of a tablespoon of salt. Actually, I'm adding 3/4 of a tablespoon of salt. Set that aside. Let's add 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Not baking soda, baking powder. 3 teaspoons. Wait, I said I wasn't giving you all any recipe, so chill. I should be telling myself that. So some baking powder and some baking soda. I know a lot of people don't put baking soda in their coconut bake. I do, because it makes it so tender. For some reason, it just makes it really tender and the texture is very light and fluffy. I love that. So for my sugar, I'm using brown sugar, and I'm going to add some tablespoons, 3 tablespoons. If you are hearing noise in the background, I am so sorry. My neighbor's dog, she just doesn't stop barking. Yeah, so we have our salt, our baking powder, baking soda, and sugar. The next thing I want to add is my yeast. And I am using instant yeast. Use a tablespoon of yeast, and when I don't use the entire pack of yeast, I just fold it really well down to the level of yeast that I have remaining. I just fold it really tightly and I put it I know it's strange, I put it right here to keep it closed. So if you've ever watched my videos and you see something sticking out there, just know that it's a half pack of yeast. So I'm adding 6 tablespoons of butter. The butter is cold, it doesn't really matter. I just cut it up a little bit just to make it easier to incorporate into my flour. And let me wrap this up, set it aside. Let me leave my, yeah. And now it is time to get my hands dirty. So I'm going to remove my rings. Now guys, this can easily be done in a stand mixer, and I am used to using my stand mixer a lot, but you know, sometimes it's good to do things the traditional way, and then too, not everybody has a mixer. So I decided that I'm going to mix it up sometimes. Sometimes when we are making bread, I will use my mixer, And sometimes I'll use my hands, get my hands dirty, forget about the OCD a little bit. So I'm going in with my hands, I'm going to rub in the butter, and I'm going to incorporate all the ingredients, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so I brought you in a little closer so you can see exactly how I'm incorporating the butter. I'm just rubbing it in. Making sure I have no very large chunks of butter in there. This could probably take about 5 minutes. Ooh, here we go with the mess. Messy girl. I'll get that cleaned up when I'm done here. If you all know how I dislike seeing flour mess. You see, I think it's anything powdery. So flour, cornstarch, powder, baking soda. Not baking soda so much. Baking soda is not so bad, but baking powder, oh my goodness. From the time that thing spelt, oh, you know what too? Icing sugar. Oh my gosh, that thing is driving me crazy. Anyway, lovely. My flour, butter, and all my other dry ingredients are well incorporated. See, no large lumps or clumps of butter. I'm gonna set it aside. Nice, set it aside and get here cleaned up, get my hands cleaned up, and I'll be back. Okay, so for this recipe, I broke two medium-ish coconuts, small medium coconuts. I removed the hard outer shell, and this is just the flesh of the coconut. I cut them in little strips. It doesn't have to be uniform, as you can see. One looks like a strip, one looks like a block thing, but it does not matter. This is just to help the blender along so that it doesn't strain your blender, and also that your blended coconut is going to be uniform and you won't have big pieces, small pieces, tiny pieces. Yeah, so that's it. So it's time to blend this coconut. So as I said, this is about 2 small to medium coconuts, and I'm not going to have an exact measurement for this because all coconuts are not created equal. So you're just gonna have to work with this. Also the water. So to my coconut in the blender, I'm just going to add enough water to cover the coconut by about 1 inch. And then we are going to start blending. So for my measurements with the 2 coconuts, I use about 4 cups of water. And I'm going to just give this a blend now. Now guys, the size of the coconut all depends on your preference. It does not have to be super fine. It does not have to be super chunky. It is up to you. I like my coconut blended pretty fine with a little bit of texture because I do not like biting into large chunks of coconut in coconut bake, my bread or my sweet bread. Okay, lovely. So now I have my coconut milk and I have my flour, and usually y'all I would eyeball this, but because I'm giving you my recipe and I want it to be accurate as possible, I'm going to measure my coconut so that I can give you a proper measurement. Now Also remember, it could be more or it could be less according to the flour that you're using, your temperature. Some flours use more liquid than others, so you're just gonna have to adjust, but you are going to see the texture that I'm looking for. So let's get started here. Let me just measure my coconut, and I think I would like to start with 3 cups. So I'm going to start with 3 cups of coconut milk with the coconut husk. You do not need to strain it out. Please do not strain it. So I'm just gonna, you know what, let me bring you all closer so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're just gonna make a well in the center, and I think I'm going to pour my 3 cups in, and I'm going to start mixing until it is well absorbed by the flour. And I think this 3, did I say 3 or 4 cups? Did I use 3 or 4 cups? Gosh darn it. Let me just roll with the punches. Don't worry, the recipe is going to be accurate. But as for right now, my brain is glitching. And I think this amount of coconut that I used here might just be enough. My dough is coming together really nicely. So now that my dough is hydrated, I still have a few pieces that need to be oh my god, the flour fell. I still have a few pieces that need to be mixed in properly before I start kneading. I'm going to turn this onto a surface, and I'm going to get it into a nice smooth bowl. Lovely. So in my older recipe, you will find that I made my coconut bake, and I did use some shortening. I think I'm going to need a little more for this, so let me just add a little more coconut to this. Aha, there we go. Lovely. Set this bowl aside, and let's start bringing this dough together. So as I was saying, in my older coconut bake recipe video, you would have seen me use shortening, and this one is a bit different because I'm not using shortening in it. So that was a long time ago, and since then I have taken shortening off my grocery list, vegetable shortening off my grocery list. I can use oil if I want to, but I think it is unnecessary, and it's not the healthiest option. I choose to use butter instead, and I'm not using margarine at all. I am using real butter. Yeah, since I am a lot more conscious of what I give my family to eat and what I put in my body. All right, I'm making my friggin' itchy. Yeah, so since I am more conscious of what it is I put in my body and what I give my family to eat, I have stopped using the margarine, and I have stopped using the vegetable shortening. But if you are a vegan or a vegetarian and you do not use butter, then you gotta figure out what's best for you. Yeah, so my dough has formed a nice ball. I'm going to take my bowl. I'm going to use my coconut oil sprayer, and I'm going to spray it down really well. And your this sprayer comes in so handy. I do not need to purchase these anymore. I have this because I've had it for a while. And when I got these, I was completely sold on it. I put coconut oil, I put olive oil, I put avocado oil in it. And it is very convenient. It is much cheaper because you can just open it and refill it. And it just works. So here we go. My dough right in there, and I'm going to spray it with some more coconut oil. And I'm going to allow this to rest for about 45 minutes. Let me get here cleaned up and I will be back in 45 minutes. So let me set a timer. Alexa, set a timer for 45 minutes. 45 minutes, starting now. Excellent. So I will see you back here in 45 minutes. So I'm just going to prepare my pans by putting my parchment paper. Now, if you don't have parchment paper, you can just spray it on your pans with cooking spray or oil it with butter, but I am a lazy girly. So parchment paper works excellent for me because then I just have to remove the bake and I don't have to worry about cleaning up. So to all the lazy Samsters out there, girlies or boys, these are finished prepping. Let's get started with our dough. Perfectly risen. Look at that. Gorgeous. So I'm just going to use a little bit of flour. Just a little bit. Oh, you know what I did not do? Did not remove my rings. Great. So I added a little bit of flour to my surface. You see that? This is the beauty of greasing your bowl before adding your flour to proof. Look at that. No cleanup necessary. So I'm just going to put this aside and I'm going to degas my dough. Some people like to punch it down. I don't think that's necessary. I just give it a few folds and press while I'm folding, and there we have it. And just add a little more flour. And y'all, I am not going to make these into rounds. It is too much work, and as I told you, I'm a lazy girly. Sometimes I don't mind, but today is not the day to make these into rounds. You can make this into whatever shape you want. I think I will just go with the classic square coconut bake. You can make it into triangles as well. So I'm just going to flip this onto the right side, and let me get my rolling pin really quickly. And now it's just time to cut them into the desired shape. And I'm just going to cut them. And I'm not worried about cutting them very square, else I'll end up with little pieces, which is not a problem. I see a lot of people doing that, but I'm not doing that today. So you can trim it if you want. Let me just trim this end and show you what that would look like. Gorgeous. And now I think I'm going to cut these into 3 or 4. Let's go with 3. I'm going to cut these into 3. 1. Let's do this one first, and then I'll do these. Here's what. OCD calling my name. So let me cut off this. Okay, that's much better. And don't worry, this is going to be turned into a mini bake that my kids enjoy thoroughly. So let me just bring my pan across, and I'm going to transfer half of this into one pan and half into the other. Now I'm just going to take my tiny ugly bake. Ugly bake, yeah, it's an ugly bake. And I'm going to flatten it. You know what? Roll it properly into a bowl because, hey, what the hell? Okay. Let me just make this into a presentable looking piece of dough that can fit somewhere in between somewhere in between all that I have going on here. Aha, success. Okay, let me get here cleaned up. So the last thing to do before we put these babies to rest again is to dock the dough. What docking does is it prevents the dough from getting big bubbles and helps the dough to rise evenly, and it is classic. It is classic on a Trini coconut bake to see some dock marks, and traditionally we just use a fork. Now I have what I call a dough docker, but hey, we're doing traditional, so let's just go with the fork. And at this point, about four dock marks would be good, but for the presentation I like to do a little more, and I like to give it a nice little design. So now that we have our coconut bakes, they look amazing. I'll cover this with this one, and then I'll get a cloth, I'll cover this. Lovely. I'm going to set my timer for 30 minutes. When the 30 minutes is up, I am going to then put on my oven and allow it to preheat. It's going to take about 15 minutes to preheat. So in all, my dough would be resting for 45 minutes and my oven would be preheating for 15 minutes. Yeah? So Alexa, set a timer for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
Excellent. Okay guys, so my coconut bakes are rested, my oven is preheated, and it's time to put these babies in. Ooh. So here we go. Ooh, look at those. Wow, so gorgeous. Okay, put these in. There we go. And these are going to bake for about 20-25 minutes at 350 degrees. So we'll be back when it comes out. Bye for now. So it is about that time. Let's take our coconut bakes out of the, oh baby, look at that. It's so beautiful. Okay, let me don't get carried away. Let me put this here. And let's just remove these onto our board. Oh my god, it's so hot. But I don't care. It's burning my fingers, but I don't care. Ooh! Alright, let me rest this here. Let's do this the traditional way. It's so hot. Okay. I'll just rest this here. I love this one. Gorgeous. As you can see, look at that, how beautiful. Okay, I have one more thing to do. I should have done it when the bakes were still on the tray, but it doesn't matter. Let's get that done now. Okay, take a look at these beautiful coconut bakes. You'll know I have to dig in, and I see one with my name on it, and it is this one because it's a corner piece and it has all that nice crispy. Look at the bottom. It's so good. Okay, let me get my knife and let me cut it. Oh baby, it cuts like butter. And you'll know what? Butter is exactly what I'm going to be using on this coconut bake. Oh, baby, look at that. Look at that. Okay, we're getting carried away. Let me put some butter on it. I wonder if I should put some cheese. So here's what I like to do. I like to put butter on one side. I don't need to go crazy with the butter because this bake is so flavorful on its own already. So here we go, some butter. And then some butter. I'm excited about this. Some butter and 2 slices of cheese. Very thin slices because hey, y'all, I'm excited. Okay, let's get it started. So let me cut this in half. I wonder if y'all can really see the texture on this coconut bake, boy, because ain't no way. Okay, I'm going to try this on this. This on this. Take a look at that. So good. So good. Guys, so that is it for my coconut bake recipe. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss a thing. And don't forget to go to the website, which I will link below, for the recipe. Download it for free and give it a try. I hope you have a lovely day and I will see you soon. Bye.